Hello and welcome to Life of Pi, a series where we capture the experiences of our MSc Prosperity, Innovation and Entrepreneurship students here at UCL's Institute for Global Prosperity. We will be catching up on what the students have been up to and asking them some of the questions that you would have asked as a prospective student if you had a chance to sit with them and have a coffee with them. So my name is Onya Idoko, and this week I have with me Oladimeji Shotunde, who is one of our current MSc Pi students, and he's been admitted to the University of Cambridge to embark on the amazing journey of a PhD. So welcome, Oladimeji, and it's so lovely to have you with us today.
Thank you, Dr. Onya.
Great. So I'm going to dive in. My first question is, tell us where you are from and what attracted you to the Pi program.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Oladimeji. I am from Nigeria. And what attracted me to the Pi program is how it creates an appreciable nexus or intersection between the academia and the industry or the real world. And you would agree with me that when you want to reimagine prosperity or you want to reimagine the world we live in, which is the core objective of the Pi program, we can't do away with the gown and the town. So there has to be close collaboration between the gown and the town, and this is something that makes the IGP program, that is the Prosperity, Innovation and Entrepreneurship program, this is something that makes it very unique and exciting for me.
But can I ask you, what do you mean by gown and town, those two analogies?
Yeah, the gown refers to the academia,
Okay.
and the town refers to the industry. So the IGP has a module content that aligns both sides of the divide into an integrated perspective that shapes our understanding of how they work, in an intertwining manner.
Okay, so theory and practice.
Practice,
coming
exactly.
together. Okay, great. And you're a full-time student and you're currently working on your dissertation. Tell us about a topic that has been impactful to you, and you can think through the core modules and the electives, because I know you took an elective at the School of Management.
Yes.
So what's one topic that was very interesting for you?
Yeah, I think I would have the Pi module to thank, because when I came to UCL, when I came to IGP specifically, I didn't have anything in mind as regards research interest. But there was a course I took, which is Transformative Prosperity and Entrepreneurship core concept. And that course, I could recollect, was taken by Dr. Onya Idoko. I think the fourth week of that course, we had a particular topic called decolonising innovation. And that particular topic, it struck me. And I decided to go deep into what it entails. And I saw that it is something very interesting. I started looking at how can I extract the value out of this topic for my side of divide, which is, Nigeria, the global south. We need to look at what are those forms of innovation that are aligned with our own realities. So that particular topic, in a way, shaped my research interest. And as a matter of fact, currently for my dissertation, my topic still revolves around decolonizing innovation. Specifically, the topic is reimagining innovation in the global south, evaluating global south attempts to rethink innovation. So in a way, that topic has formed my future career trajectory.
Wow, that's, again, humbling that stood out for you, and that's sort of what you're focusing on for the dissertation.
Yes.
And what I believe is
Going
moving forward to the PhD. But we'll get into that in a second. I want to say congratulations to you on your admission to Cambridge.
Thank you very much.
I know it's going to be an exciting journey. And it's going to be challenging, but because you're so passionate about the topic, I think that it will be well worth the journey.
Hopefully.
Going deeper. So tell us, this is really the purpose for why I brought you here today.
Okay.
Tell us how you got into Cambridge, basically. So if there's a student out there thinking of coming to do the Pi program, and they're also thinking, oh, I'd love to do a PhD after the master's, how did you get into Cambridge?
Thank you. Honestly, I would start by saying I do not think I would have gotten into Cambridge without coming for the Pi program. And I'm going to establish why I said that. First, the research statement through which I applied to Cambridge centered around decolonizing innovation, which is a topic that came as an offshoot of me attending PI. Second, there is also something that you might not find everywhere or in every other program or in every other institution, which is the kind of support you are going to get from the faculty at PI. I could remember back in November when I was about applying to Cambridge, specifically for the Strategy, Innovation and Organization program. I reached out to 2 or 3 faculty members here under the PI program, Dr. Onya Idoko, Dr. Matthew Davies. I also reached out to Dr. Conrad. And if I recollect vividly, the support they gave me, the SOP they reviewed, the research statement they reviewed, and all of those things largely fertilized my application for the program and the eventual success I was able to record at it. So yeah, just to answer your question more specifically, I started the process back in November. I leveraged the experience and expertise I had gotten at the PI program to make the application. I passed through a couple of stages: admission interview, scholarship interview, and even for the interview, I got a lot of support from the PI faculty, preparatory materials or resources that would aid my understanding. I can also remember getting support from Dr. Anna Bowman. She's under the Global Prosperity program. So you can, from what I've explained now, if I had not come for the PI program, I do not think going to Cambridge would have been a reality for me.
Thank you for that, Oladimeji. So he touched on several colleagues, very dear colleagues, especially Matt Davies, who is at Cambridge now anyway, and you probably will bump into when you get there. But again, we'd like to say congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And it's really interesting to see that you found a topic in term 1, which is 2021. You found a topic in term 1 that you were interested in, and then you started this journey of applying for the PhD. You have your admission, and you haven't even completed the master. You haven't finished your master's. So I think that's quite inspiring, and that shows how even coming on the program, you might not know what you're thinking of doing after the program, but you could be surprised. You could come up with something really interesting like a PhD. Some students have gone on to start jobs, and some students are continuing to pursue academia, like Oladimeji. So my final question for you is, if you could travel back in time and speak to your 2021 self, and sit with him before your first day of study at UCL, what advice would you give him to help on the journey during this master's?
Interesting question. The advice is going to come in 2 folds. Number 1 is going to be pre-PI, that is before getting to London, before getting to UCL. I would strongly advise that you create a map for yourself on what you want to achieve out of this program, because the reason why I say this is not everyone will be as lucky as I am. It's important that you are clear on what you want out of the program. And second, when you get to this place, one mistake I made was at the early stages, I didn't take some of the very interesting features of the PI program serious, which number 1 is the director's seminar, number 2 is the soundbite session. I would strongly advise you take all of those things serious, because they create an avenue for you to get undiluted knowledge from established professionals and academics out there. So these are things I would want to enjoin those that are coming behind us to take serious, so they can just get the full benefit of what this program has to offer.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Oladimeji, for your time and joining us, and we wish you all the best as both on your dissertation and for the PhD. Feel free to stay in touch with us. We'd love to see what you're up to after this.
Definitely.
Thank you all for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode of Life with PI.